Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Oxford Energy Day.
We're here in sunny Oxford, where we have over 100 people celebrating the energy research at the Oxford Energy Day, and it's been really exciting to see the wonderful ideas coming forward.
We need to decarbonise our energy system completely by 2050 to stop using fossil fuels. And that doesn't just mean in power generation, it means stopping using fossil fuels for heating and stopping using them in transport. And some of those we know how to do, and others will definitely be more challenging.
You actually want a set of ideas and a network like the Energy Network at Oxford that cuts across the whole university to bring everything together.
Seeing this shift starting to take place in just awareness of how energy matters in our everyday lives and what can be done locally, I find hugely encouraging.
We often put ourselves in this box of it's got to make economic sense, and actually people and organisations bring a lot of other values to thinking about investments in energy and energy related behaviours. So we need to broaden out how we think about people, understand their environmental values, the health benefits they could get, the productivity benefits, and not narrow ourselves down, because actually we're much broader than that. We need to bring all of that into thinking about energy and making this change.
We've got the right targets in the UK, both in the near term out to 2035 and for the long term, net zero 2050. We need to drive action through policies that will deliver from central government, through devolve, through local government, and instigate action from businesses, from people, from consumers across the country.
I think the biggest challenge is that modern life in the UK is deeply energetic, reliant on particularly fossil fuels, and so it's this big juggernaut that needs turning. The first way of approaching it is to reduce the amount of energy we depend on while not compromising our quality of life. And then the second way to tackle that challenge is by getting carbon out of the way we supply energy resources. And that's the net zero transition in a nutshell.
Research helps us in that transition of the energy system because we're setting a lot of questions, but the aim is to give some answers. And one of the things that it's important is also to trial and pilot and have evidence. So we have the questions and we have the evidence that feeds back. So we are moving forward and we are trying to solve problems in that transition.
Research helps people to step back and look at meta problems, because people working in energy systems are siloed and they deal with the granularity of problems that affect them. Whether you're looking at people working on projects, whether you're looking at governments, research, people are able to step back and have sort of like a bird's eye view.
These co-benefits from transition, we're really making something from it so that people are making their livelihoods out of transition activities, so they're really invested in it, and then you get a sort of positive spiral going of involvement in transition, and it becomes something that really is for everybody, and it's not just a set of graphs.
There's this genuine will to actually work together across departments, so I'm seeing that in teaching. So we're teaching with the engineering staff on a new energy systems master's course. I'm seeing that in research that we're doing. Again, we're working with engineering, we're working with the education department, we're talking to people in health. There's so much will to try and do something about climate change that we're working with all sorts of people, and that's great.
I'm passionate about demonstrator projects. As someone who reads quite a lot of academic papers, I'm continually shocked that there are thousands of papers out there that say, in theory, we could do this. And there's so little that is actually, we tried this out. This is what worked, this is what didn't work, this is why it worked, this is why it didn't work. So these big demonstrator projects, I think, are incredibly important, and I hope we can build on the work we've done already at Oxford on these, and I hope there'll be more to come.
What I find most exciting and inspiring in this energy transition is young people and the new generation involved in the energy system. They bring new ideas, they are motivated, so for me that's the most inspiring.
I think the focus on people is useful because energy systems are designed to ensure that people have access to more affordable, cleaner sources of energy.
this environment that we live in ought to be a safe environment for children, for elderly people, for disabled people. Where it's starting to happen with traffic calming and so on, you start to have a more livable environment and you start to see some of the co-benefits you can get from a low carbon transition.